We've got Gartner's top communication predictions for 2026. By 2028, per Gartner, 75% of employees will rely on chatbots for internal communications. That's the big headline prediction. And if you take that at face value, it means the all-staff email, the town hall, and perhaps even the intranet banner have about 2 years left. It's pretty aggressive, especially when you just saw Gallup data showing that half the workforce hasn't even started using AI for anything yet. Comms teams start using employee digital footprints to personalize messaging, and data and analytics spending doubles from 2.9% to 6% of the comms budget, which still feels tiny when 47% of CCOs admit they can't even prove their function's impact. Gartner is saying comms teams should analyze how employees consume content, role, workflow, consumption patterns to deliver personalized messaging. My message to Gartner is the best companies are already doing this. Gartner, they're already personalizing messaging. So I don't know where that prediction comes from, Jenni, but I'm curious for you, any predictions that stood out to you?
So I really laughed when I read this, because I don't really know what's behind. In fairness, I haven't read enough to know what's behind the prediction, so I don't know where they've come from. But the 75% of employees will rely on chatbots for internal comms by 2028 made me laugh the most when I have conversations with clients about the fact that they've got 15 different SharePoint sites on 15 different servers because of mergers and acquisitions, and they can't let them talk to each other. And I talk to other people who are going, my HR information system can't plug into my intranet, so we can't make it so that people are getting personalized content. But sure, in 2 years, sod that, we'll have chatbots doing all the work. Brilliant. It just didn't feel grounded in the reality of the IT, comms, HR world that I think you and I know very well. So that made me laugh. The 75% of comms teams will use analysis of employee digital footprints to make personalised communications. Also laughed, because I, a bit like you, thought, well, we're already doing this. And if we're not doing this, we've been trying to do this for about 10 years. Like, and to your point, like, not just like the good people are doing it, but the people that have got the data and the ability to do it are doing it. Everyone else who isn't doing it is trying to do it and has been doing for a long time. If AI can fix that, then great. But I'm holding on to these. And when we're still doing frequency in 2029 and 2028, we're going to talk about this. The bit that I did think was interesting was that for the second, it said in the predictions that for the second year in a row, misinformation and disinformation ranked as the top global risk over the next 2 years by the World Economic Forum. I thought that was worth pulling out here, just because that had sort of passed me by, in all fairness, in terms of that being the top global risk. And I think that is important for communication professionals in organisations to understand that and understand the difference between misinformation and disinformation and how you navigate that. And I know in previous episodes I've shared some reports from the UK government in terms of how to manage some of that. So I think there's a skills piece there for me in terms of these top comms predictions around what are the skills and what are the insights that people need to develop in order to manage those. So that those were the bits for me. There was a lot of chuckling over my cup of tea when I was reading it.
I want to look at this chatbot one from maybe a slightly different point of view. I'm wondering if, let's say it's that 75% of employees, like a chatbot will be made available to them. I could see maybe technology progressing where there is some sort of chat element into tools and platforms that will be made available. I think the rely on part is a bit of the scarier language. And here, is it relying on because it's so valuable, or is it relying on because there's nothing else there? So that's what you have to do. I think that's the one way to look at it. Another possibility too is there this layer, maybe chatbot's not the right word, but let's just keep using that actually does help connect all these disparate systems that cannot connect to each other, but can they connect upward into some system that sits on top?
Yeah, I'm with you on that. It was the rely on that I think was what made me scoff, because I just thought I feel so far away from that. I haven't done an intranet project I haven't worked inside an organization for a while now, but I haven't done an intranet project in terms of, creating it, developing it, installing it, whatever, for over 10 years. The problems I had over 10 years ago in an organization are still the same problems I see people having today. So I just can't see it happening that quickly, but maybe that's the AI piece. The other thing for me when I was reading this was the lack of humanness, right? So we talked about predictions, trends, all those things for this year. And that kind of rehumanization of the workplace comes up a lot this year in terms of looking at well-being and burnout and making things more human. Everything in here felt like it was almost the opposite of that. Like, if you're saying that 75% will rely on chatbots, and I know you went on to talk about like your town hall, your intranet, all of that stuff would go, that's not work. Like, that people go, like, work is about relationships and people and conversations, and if we're trying to make everything become this sort of task focused work, people will just hate it. There's no meaning behind it. It's not purposeful. I'm not getting any joy in this. You know, you've talked in previous episodes about coders not having the joy in their work now that it's all being automated by, like, let's not do this. Let's not predict a world where work becomes so task focused that it can just, you know, over 2/3 of it can just be done by computers. Let's remember it's about being human beings.
But I wonder if that's truly what some leaders want. That's how they're viewing employees, as simply,
yeah,
how did you do this job? Here are your tasks to complete. Go home. I don't care if you like it or not. I don't care if you're getting enjoyment. I don't care if you feel purpose. That's what some of the behavior is saying, even if that's what people do want. Not everyone, but some people do want out of their career. Yeah.
And it's those behaviors that I feel like it's my life's work to go help those leaders understand exactly what the behaviors need to be in order to get the best out of your people and do that. Like, we're all human beings. It just, I could get on a real soapbox about it. And that makes me a bit sad that all these predictions are actually all linked. And maybe that was the intention, but there's a whole we're human beings. Like, come on.